have to say, my personal impression is for the longest time, I felt like the world was kind of standing still. Like all the action happened in the 50s, 60s, 70s. The internet, the moonshot, and all these other things. Then things seem to stall out. But now with drones and Apple Vision and AI and robots and everything else we're seeing, it feels like the future's coming fast. So we're finally like moving forward at a pace that, I don't know, it's a little bit disorienting, but also very exciting. So it's a very interesting thing to talk about. Before we get into the topic, I'd like to have each one of our panelists briefly introduce yourself and 1 or 2 minutes, quick, who are you, what are you working on, and why are you here? How did you end up in this area? So please, all right.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Great to see you all here. It's amazing gathering. Thank you, AIBC, for having us here, and we are pleased to share the stories of our lives. So my biggest passion is investments. I'm in the industry for 17 years. I'm founder of my blockchain focus is with the capital. At the same time, today, a bit later on as well, I will be pleased to announce the launch of women-led accelerator that is empowering, interacting expert women that are building their tax solutions, EVA Accelerator. And I'm in tech for the last 7 years, and I was trading in the markets for more than 10 years on my personal asset turnover, more than $2.5 billion, including private equity, venture capital, and fixed income. And definitely I'm pleased to help early stage entrepreneurs to know how not only get funded but get the growth and what's in the future of investments. Thank you so much.
Very good. Please.
Who
are you? What are you doing here?
I don't know. Last minute invitation. My name is Vinícius. Currently I'm an investment partner at DPI Ventures. Prior to that, I spent, say, roughly 10 years in the traditional financial market. Then started my own fintech, got lucky. Was able to have an exit out of, and then ever since I've been working as an angel investor or venture capital, and I don't know, probably the money that I make.
Fantastic. Michelle.
Hi everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic conference. My name is Michelle Chonda. I'm the CEO of Policy House. I also work with governments and presidents across the African continent, about 54 countries I've worked with, trying to support around the digitalization, wider digitalization agenda, but also looking at artificial intelligence, blockchain, and how we can use that across the continent. At Global Policy House, we also focus around looking at how regulation maybe can play a part to support the ecosystem. And we're also very passionate about agenda and supporting more and more women. We actually have a women initiative, 10 million women in Web3. That we're passionate about, and we also have a range of other areas we're covering, like digital fashion, esports that we're looking into, we're trying to support. We're also building out our investment portfolio where we want to support more businesses and startups, especially those in emerging markets in Africa who are coming up with blockchain and AI solutions, and we're very, very keen to actually engage with them and support them with access to capital. Thank you.
Super. Kevin.
Good afternoon, everyone. Investment operations and Morningstar Ventures. If you've been awake for the past hour, you've been hearing our founder monopolizing the panel. I've been in Dubai since 2015 and been working with Morningstar since 2020.
So you started Dubai when it was just a small fishing village 9 years ago.
I wouldn't say Dubai was a small fishing village in 2015, but you're kind of early if you're here in 2015 versus everybody that's been moving post-COVID or during COVID in 2020. Dubai is truly an amazing place, and thanks for having me.
Very good. All right, so the panel topic is self-evident but provocative. What emerging tech projects by Ascension Technologies should we be excited about or looking for? Let me just ask each one of the panelists in turn, what's catching your imagination in your spirit in 2024? Maybe what's making you afraid? And what's the big unknown? Please.
Thank you very much for the question. So I would say blockchain is what, literally is the one that is emerging, and we see that you may say that, oh, we see that the projects are mature and there are a lot of unicorns in blockchain industry. Still, as the technology is emerging, and we see that, since 2018, more than 100 megawatts in infrastructure layers was built, and how many of them have succeeded, and is there any more space for more of the ones to come and build? And we see there are numerous projects that are on task now, but they have significant traction. So to me, I believe that blockchain is very important as industry, and I'm driving this agenda, and especially, I believe that blockchain is divided into three big spaces, which is fully decentralized blockchain, regulated blockchain, which is adaptable to institutional grade development level, and Bitcoiners, let's say, right? Everything that is surrounded by Bitcoin agenda. So, me personally believe that regulated blockchain is the next topic. So we see more RegTech projects. We see that apps that are.
Let me jump in 1 second. So you did submit this question, and it's provocative. Is there a room for more one blockchains? Let me kind of throw that back at you a little bit. What can a new blockchain do that is not on the Ethereum roadmap? Not with Ethereum today, but it's not coming anyway with what we got. Why do we need a new blockchain? Why shouldn't we make the new ones, the existing ones, better?
Yeah, so I believe that my colleagues can really elaborate on that quite well. Every single blockchain are trying to solve this trilemma, and the scalability issue is still there. So, there is no blockchain that has all three questions. So to me, the gas phase is the problem, the ability, the speed of onboarding, and of course, of the new project that came and started building. So these chains that are emerging and they're building, some of them have this, let's say, capacity of solving the price issue, the speed issue, or the scalability issue, and of course, transparency and security, right? So, I would like to say not only blockchain is in my agenda, so I believe that sustainability is another important question that I would like to highlight. So we see that starting from outflow from emerging market, you remember the Kyoto Protocol, that was really focused on building more sustainable and minded businesses, and which is significant industrial. And I believe that technology is the industry that can help, and empower from different aspects the question of sustainability, right? Because tech is speed, tech is operational efficiency, and moreover the diversity that is right now is on the top agenda is bringing that sustainability to the industry. So I would like to highlight that too.
Fantastic. What excites you? What tech project? What tech? What are you investing in?
I would say excited, but it's more of a curiosity. I always like to look at the roadmap of 30 years ahead for, let's say, society. Because it's one thing if you think just the tech, the other is how impactful it's going to be to us, not only as humans, but our interaction or meaning in this planet and so on and so forth.
So what's your number one?
My number one, I don't think you can escape from this, is generative AI. That's the hot trend right now. But at the same time, this last few months, we saw a lot of buzz in neurotech, and we saw a lot of buzz also in robotics, with really deep advances if you're following both of trends. And that gets you wondering what the world will look like in 30 years when all those technologies will be, I would say, 100% developed, but on the way there.
That's what I was saying. I had this feeling that finally we're slipping into the future.
Yeah.
I feel like just the past couple years, and AI kind of pushed me over. When I was chatting with ChatGPT, and I felt like there's someone there. It obviously is an illusion, but I don't know, it's more articulate than 90% of the human side of me. And I'm like, okay, maybe there's someone there, but do I care? So, but just on the neuro aspect, obviously there's Neuralink and the progress that Elon Musk and people are making with that. Are you seeing other related projects that are significant, or is that the main one?
I think that's the main one, but the main idea to me is how this will play out, how we will face this as an ethical dilemma. I mean, I'm not sure if probably many were not around when they were cloning chips, and that created a huge buzz already on how we're going to face those kind of ethical dilemmas in the future. The neuro tech part, to me, it can be for the positive, as in, it can interpret perhaps early signs of a disease, or can unlock certain things on that aspect, built in with AI and so on. But at the same time, can give you somewhat of as I pointed out on the chat, playground kind of society, where everything's kind of controlled and you're pre-programmed to do something.
I mean, there's a natural, fascinating and scary interface between AI and neurotech.
Exactly.
It's, I mean, you know, it's like either peanut butter or chocolate or hell and fire. We'll see. Michelle, you come to this from a different angle, from a policy angle, maybe a more social angle. What technology projects or technology-related policies are exciting you these days?
Yeah, no, guys, I think you won't be surprised that actually, you know, the hot cake really today is artificial intelligence and what that's doing in terms of the different sectors. So even in this sort of government world, the excitement is very much around what is AI, how far can we go with AI, transforming with AI, right? So if you take continents, you know, emerging markets and countries, you know, which maybe don't have as formalized financial institutions, for example, and you start to look at what, you know, artificial intelligence can do, especially in terms of data, right? The amount of data that you have, you can play around with, you can build new models. It's definitely the most exciting thing today. But I think for me personally, having been in this space for a very long time, I think what I'm loving actually is just seeing that this is coming to life, right? We are in the future, literally. So if you're not getting involved and you're not getting in touch, then you're gonna miss the boat, right? So it's very exciting to actually see things come into real world use cases. For example, you know, we're seeing not just that AI, I mean, you have the mashup of AI, blockchain, and different technologies to actually solve real problems, right? We're talking about, you know, healthcare, you know, improving healthcare, being very specific around diagnosis, you know, when it comes to diagnostic diseases and helping to mitigate some of the challenges around that. Very exciting. Investments, right? Even in terms of transforming investments. So one of the challenges we have in investment is actually knowing who are we investing in, where is the data, where is the information. So we're going to get more and more data so that we can be a bit more precise on how we invest and who we invest and how we can track that investment. So for me, it's super exciting. Tokenization, right? And where I come from, you know, in Zambia and other countries, a lot of land with the property, we are not tokenizing. But tokenization...
Let me pause you for a second, because you're right, you're bringing in something that we haven't discussed on this panel, which is finally, maybe, real-world asset tokenization is becoming a thing. Maybe.
No, maybe. It is a thing. And this is what I'm saying.
Successfully in a way that works?
It is happening. And you're going to start to see more and more, you know, assets, actual physical assets, where you're tokenizing. And you're able to start to trade those and put those even onto the stock market, right? That is what is coming. We're going to live in a very different world. And I think with artificial intelligence, especially, you know, with that capture of data and helping to read data sets, agriculture, farming, you know, where you can get more precise around when do you farm, when do you irrigate, when do you harvest. Huge, huge opportunities, right? So super exciting, I think. And for me, that's the bit that I'm really, really excited about. But I'd like to also see a lot more gender. You know, we are investing heavily into the sort of the women economy, what I call the women economy. You know, get more and more women in, more and more women, you know, looking at artificial intelligence and building new models. Because I feel the women economy is slightly ignored a little bit, and I think we can transform huge when it comes to women.
And Morningstar.
So we mentioned so many topics throughout the three panelists. Obviously, we're captivated by blockchain and how blockchain and AI will be hand in hand throughout the future. But if we look at, firstly, Daria's point with regards to L1, this famous trilogy of these complexes, I think that, as Alex said in one of the first panels, one of the most important things is not being too smart, as he correctly pointed out. All the devs will try to have the lowest gas. Of course, we don't want to have swaps or transactions on Ethereum at 50 bucks or 200 bucks like in 2020. We want to have scalability, we want to have speed of transaction. But what do we want the most? What does the consumer want? Interoperability. We want to be able, on the front end, to have access to any layer 1. The end user doesn't care whether it's L1, L2, L3, layer 0, ZK knowledge. He doesn't know any of that. He wants access. He wants all you on your phones right now, bored. You don't know what script you're using on Firefox, on Mozilla, or whatever browser you're using. What you want is something that's fast, accessible, between all these options.
Okay, so to the topic of the panel, is there a product or technology that's facilitating that human back-end interaction? Is there a middleware that is your point's valid, but how are we solving it? Is there a project or technology that's on point?
We're trying to build on top, we're trying to make things faster, make things more accessible, but we need to give access. What are we building to give access to people? What is a real life use case? That's what's important and what I feel and what we should focus on.
And is there any project out there or technology that you see as a panacea or a bridge?
We're seeing many, but to point out a few, I wouldn't want to come on stage and just shield certain projects.
You're not shielding, you're sharing. Share. I want to say share. Hey, so you got community support. Go.
So when it comes to projects, we're looking at AI, as Daniel pointed out. We invested recently in an AI project from graduate develop, using data from consumers for voice recognition and anything where users could come with an app on their phone in order to generate income to provide data. It's all about data. We've been talking about Web 2, Web 3, what are companies doing with your data? How are you monetizing your data? And more importantly, how are you protecting it?
Yeah, I'm thinking, I'm using ChatGPT to learn German. It's the weirdest thing, but it works. Okay, you can actually talk to it and it will talk back. But it's kind of like turning into instrumentation or an API on the underlying language craziness. So to your point, everyone always brings up in conferences like, hey, grandmother used crypto. And if saying like my grandmother, the answer is no. So maybe to your point, AI is going to act sort of like as a UI wrapper for some underlying complex technologies, and that's one of its roles.
That'd be great if you could just put a prompt for your grandmother to use crypto with your AI saying, I want to purchase that crypto, I don't have a wallet, I don't have any KYC, I don't have any aspects except my phone. What can the AI do to help the consumer reach his own final objective with one prompt? If you're going through ChatGPT or any of these really cool AI, how many different times do you have to re-prompt it in order to get the exact result that you want? How specific you have to be, how many prompts in order for it to actually yield the perfect result. So this machine learning keeps on happening and forces us, the user, to provide data to perfect AI, right?
Interesting. Now, it may not be applicable, I know we're at AIBC and Sigma, but are any of you working with robotics or drones or physical automation at all?
Yeah, so as we almost run out of time, I would say that IoT and deep tech was my biggest passion since 2017 to 2021. This is very capex-oriented industry where you have to literally have a significant amount of money and to start. And by the way, I know one project that are focused on what's the name? Okay, skip it. But anyway, I would say that it's a very hard industry to enter, and you have to have significant support to make it happen. So definitely here I would like to have the right to my colleagues whether you have experienced some project that was successful in your path.
Robotics, drones. Is that it? I don't know.
It's super expensive to talk about it and about it. So I think.
I just love that stuff because it's one of those things I was anticipating for a long time. Now it feels like it's finally showing up. Like we're finally getting AI. We're finally getting, self-driving cars. We're finally beginning to get robots.
Can I just tell, I have a 5 years old son, and I'm planning to buy him a small robot with the AI tool who can become a friend of him. And I was so much excited. Of course, we have Alice or we have other, voice aids, assistants, but that small robot with the cute eyes was so amazing. So I'm looking forward to see them on a mass market sales. So I believe that the implication of AI and robotics together is an amazing thing. It all depends on our type of projects, and like in manufacturing, the implication is huge. But like, what is the real utility on the daily life, or the essential that we're using here now with our phone? And then I would like to support my colleague from Morningstar talking about the interoperability and the importance of the user experience. So everything starts from us, from our entry point. So we interact with IoT every single day, and it's super important to support it on the government level and have more projects and initiatives that can grow that industry.
Fantastic. Now our time's up. I'm going to ask a quick 10-second answer. If you had $1 million yourself to drop it into a tech project that you're not currently invested in, where would you put it?
I would put it to 3 of my portfolio companies right now with a full-on investments. So one is from the e-commerce project, one is from Wallet as an infrastructure layer for layer wants to start.
You kind of wrote the rule there, but it's okay.
Anything that removes some of the inefficiencies that are in AI still today. Anything that is enabling the AI.
So decreasing friction is
consumptions and so on.
I'll put it in our 10 million women initiative, which is really plugging on AI, blockchain, and quantum.
I'd reinvested in our own fund, but yeah, in many projects.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, big round of applause for our panel.